So in the yesterday's video, if you observe, just we started a new batch on core Java. Okay, let me revise for a few minutes that what things we are going to cover in this batch. So core Java, it is a fast track batch. That means we are going to spend more time, okay, in the batch. That's all. So nothing more than that. So regular classes will be almost 1 hour, sir. But especially sometimes I'm going to take 1.5 hours also. That depends on the topic. Okay. So that is the meaning of why it is a fast track batch. Okay. That is the only thing that we have, sir. Beyond that, nothing. Syllabus and the topics, everything remains same. Everything remains same. So after that, what what is the timings of this session? The session is going to be started at 6 p.m. At very beginning, up to fundamentals. Up to fundamentals, I am going to take only 1 hour because you should be very strong in the fundamental areas. That's why I'm going to spend much time to focus on fundamentals only. So after that, the session is going to take from 6 p.m. to 7:30 like that. And fees for this batch is rupees 5,000. Okay. And the syllabus also I explained in the last videos very clearly. Okay. So if anyone missed the previous session, don't worry. I will share the recording at the ending. And we started one topic. What is that a topic we started? Data types. Let me revise for a few minutes. What is mean by data type? In the program, while writing the Java program, what type of data you are going to store is decided by data type. For example, in this, if you see, we are going to store weight of a person, height of a person, name of the person. If you want to take weight, it must be what type of data? Integer. If you want to store height, it must be what type of data? Floating point. If you want to store name, what type of data? String. Like depending on the type of data which you are assigning, the data type is going to be decided. So in this example, this int, float, string are called as data type. And if you take employee management system, we analyzed by taking some attributes belongs to which data type. And even I covered three important nodes. What is the first point? In Java, we have both the primitive data types are there. At the same time, objects also there. We have both options are there. So in Java, we can convert primitives into objects and also objects into primitives. Both possibilities are there. If you convert object to primitive, then it is called as auto unboxing. If you convert from primitive to object, it is called as auto boxing. We have both options are there. Okay. And the third important note, the most commonly used data type in any programming language is always a string. That's why string to other types conversion, other type to string conversion is always flexible. And coming to the primitive data types, fundamental data types are called as what? Primitives. In Java, we have total 4 primitive data types are there. One is integers, which are used to represent the values from minus infinite to plus infinite. Real values, which are used to represent the data in the form of x by y. Characters, which is going to use Unicode or ASCII code. Boolean value, which represents either true or false. And even you can see last class I covered by taking two integer values. Both are numbers, but this 123 is going to take less amount, less space, less time to access when compared with the second. That's why based on the sizes, how much big value we are taking, how much small value we are taking, based on that, we have divisions are there. All these integers are divided into 4 types. First one, byte. I can say the least range, short, next level range, integer, next level range, long. Like that, we have totally 4 subdivisions are there. If you take real values, there are 2 subdivisions. One is a float, another one is a double. For characters, we have only char. And for Boolean, we have Boolean. Like all these four data types are classified like this. And if you take a note here, Java provides support, okay, for how many data types? Eight data types. If you talk about these eight, you can see here 4 plus 2, 6, 7, 8, like that. So these are nothing but the things which we discussed in the last session. Now we have to talk about properties of all these data types. What properties are there? We are going to see. What is the first property? For every data type, it comes with some name, sir. What is the data type? Data type name that we are using, and which keyword? What is the word that we are using to represent that data type? Next, what about the size? How many bytes or how many bits it is going to occupy? What about range? Means what is the minimum value and what is the maximum value? Then we are going to see default value. So like in C language or C++, if you are not providing any value for variable, what will happen? It will always take a garbage value. But in Java, that is not the terminology. If you are not assigning any value, Java is going to give some default values. Next, and after that, we have even wrapper class is also there. For every Java predefined data type, we have wrapper class is there. So these topics we are going to discuss now. For every data type, we are going to discuss these properties. Okay. Sir, everything is very clear, I think so. Sir, if you are having any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I will take all the 8 data types and we will discuss these properties. Any questions up to this? I request everyone to please interact. Any question up to this? Right, good. Now let us go with one by one. What is the first data type that we have? Byte data type. What is the first data type that we have? Byte data type. We need to talk about the properties. All these properties we have to discuss. Sir, it comes under which data type? Sir, it comes under integer. It comes under integer data type. Which keyword we will use to represent byte? BYTE. Byte is the keyword. Sir, what is the size? How much size it is going to occupy? It is going to take 1 byte. Or I can say how many bits? 8 bits. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. What is the range that we have to calculate? What about the default value? 0, because it is integer, right? If we are not providing any value, what will happen? It will always take the default value, which is nothing but 0. Sir, what is the wrapper class name? You can see we have a keyword byte, right? The same like this, B capital we have to take, byte, B capital. So if you take like this, then it is called as what? Wrapper class. So every primitive corresponding wrapper class will be there. So except range, I think remaining things are clear for you. So if you are having any questions, please let me know. Then I will go with the calculation of range. Any questions? I think except Karthik, remaining people are not responding. So I need response from everyone because you are attending demo, right? You have to respond. Sir, clear arm. Yes, Nagendra Prasad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
Right. Now, how to calculate this range value? I am taking what is the difference of wrapper class? I told already, for every primitive, for every primitive, so we have object representation is there. Yesterday, I have taken one chocolate example, right? Same thing. This is called as a primitive and this is called as a wrapper. So in the real time, which we are using? Wrapper only. That means primitive should be converted into object form. So if you have a byte, if you have a byte b is equal to 10, how you can convert this into object? So byte b is equal to, so new, or let me take capital B, is equal to new byte of b. We are converting this into object. Across the network, we can transfer capital B, but not small b. That's why it is a completely objects. Everything will be treated as an object. So for equivalent this, what is the object name? Bytes. Got it, Karthik? Next, sir, byte data type, how much size it is going to occupy? That calculation, that diagram I am going to demonstrate now. Please focus, it is very important. Sir, a byte, how many bits it is going to occupy? 8 bits. So I am going to take a small diagram which can accommodate 8 bits. First bit, second bit, third bit, fourth bit, so fifth bit, sixth bit, seventh bit, eighth bit. Like we have 8 bits are there. Now, sir, same thing, I'm going to take one more representation. First bit, second bit, third bit, fourth bit, fifth bit, sixth bit, so seventh bit and eighth bit, like this. Range means what? If you take the integer scale, here 0 will be there. How much positive values it is going to allow, how many negative values it is going to allow. Something, if you take x here, if you take y here, so plus x to minus y, because in this side negative numbers will be there, in this side positive numbers will be there. So what is the maximum value? Always in the positive manner. Sir, positive maximum value. What is the minimum value? Minimum value in the sense what? Negative. My question is, bit means what? Binary number. A bit can accommodate either 0 or 1. If I want to get minimum value, sir, which numbers we have to take? So every number will become what? 0, right? This is called as minimum. How to get a maximum value? Every number we have to take 1, sir. Like that, if you take, then it is called as maximum. Up to this, any questions? Right. Now you can see, listen guys. Sir, I want to take one special notation. See, this bit is called as LSB, sir, least significant bit. And this bit is called as MSB, most significant bit, most significant bit. In computer programming, especially in the binary values, whenever the number is beginning with 0, okay, then I can say it is nothing but which number? Positive number. If a MSB bit is 1, then it is a negative number. Since you are talking about a negative, you need to allocate this bit for 1, sir, which is representing the sign. And since here you are talking about a positive, this bit value should be always 0 because you are talking about positive. So how you are deciding whether it is a positive number or negative number? By seeing the most significant bit. If most significant bit is 1, then that number is a negative number. If most significant bit is 0, that number is positive. Why I changed these MSB bits in these two examples? I think you got clarity. Any questions? No. So how to convert these numbers, sir? Because it is in the decimal, right? How to convert? First, I will take this one. It is in the binary. We have to convert to which type? Decimal. So decimal, if you want to convert, this is 2 power 0, sir. This is 2 power 1. This is 2 square. This is 2 cube. This is 2 power 4. This is 2 power 5. This is 2 power 6. Sir, what is 2 power 0? It is nothing but 1. 2 power 1. 1. 1 into 2 into 1, 2. So 2 square 4. 2 cube 8. Sir, 2 power 4 16. 2 power 5 32. Okay, 2 power 6 64. Like that we have. What is the value? Sir, 6, 9 and 16 plus 4, 20, 31. So 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. What is the value that we are getting? 127. Sir, is it a positive number or negative number? Positive. So plus 127 is the maximum value that a byte can accommodate. Sir, I want to store student marks. We can go for byte, right? I want to store age of a person. You can use byte. I want to represent product price. You can't use byte. Maybe if the product price is 1,000 rupees. Sir, is it greater than 127 or not? Yes. Then is it possible for us to accommodate? No, sir. So I hope it is making sense. Sir, any questions up to this? How we calculated maximum value? Clear? Sir, everyone please respond. If you respond, then it will be good. If you are not responding, then I can't continue further because I need response from everyone. Please confirm. Clear up to this?
Sure.
Right. Good, sir. Sir, what about this negative number? How you can do that? It's very, very tricky, sir. See, whenever you have a negative number, you can't convert directly into decimal. We have to take 2's complement. Sir, what is mean by 2's complement? Maybe so in your BTech or somewhere you have studied about this. 2's complement means what? Sir, 1's complement plus 1. What is 1's complement? Converting 0 into 1 and converting 1 into 0 is called as complement. Now do that. Sir, excluding this MSB, remaining all are 0, right? So we have to convert every 0 into 1. Then we have to add plus 1. If you add plus 1, what will happen? 1 plus 1. Don't tell it is 2 because it is a binary addition. 1 plus 1 means 1 0. 0 will be here and 1. 1 plus 1. Again 1 0. 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 1 plus 1. 1 0. Like that we are going to have. Now it is 2 power 0. So 2 power 1, 2 square, 2 cube, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6, 2 power 7. Sir, this entire thing will become dummy, right? Because multiplied with 0. Only 2 power 7. What is the 2 power 7 value? 128. What is the sign, sir? 1, right? 1 means what? Negative. So the minimum value is nothing but what? Minus 128. What is the maximum value? Plus 127. So if you want to store, the numbers between minus 128 to plus 127, then it is always recommended to go for which one? Byte data type, because my byte is in a position to accommodate these values. Sir, any questions from this? Please confirm.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So this is the way how we have to calculate for all the data types, not only for byte. If you take any data type, this kind of calculation we need to do. This kind of calculation we must do. Okay. So I hope how they are calculating theoretically, it is clear. Now, sir, we need to remember these numbers for every data type. No, we have some predefined tools are there by using which we can able to utilize that directly. We are not required to calculate like this. We are not required to calculate like this. I will show you how we are going to use that. Okay. So before closing this, if you have, better take a screenshot of this particular diagram. Now, sir, we will go for the next data type. But before moving to the next data type, just one small announcement. Like I want to take one simple Java program, sir. Of course, I'm going to explain in detail in the later sessions, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'm going in detail into the Java program explanation. But as of now, just try to see how you can able to execute a simple Java program. Sir, I'm clicking on new. Here you can see there are multiple options available. I am selecting Java. Why? Because I want to do Java program. I selected Java. You can see there is one default skeleton came. There is one default skeleton came like a class. You have to take the class name, public static void main, string array, arguments. So system.out.println, all these things in detail I will explain in the upcoming class. Okay. Now class, any class name you can take, sir. As of now, I'm taking the class name as a test. And I'm saving this program with a file with name test.java. Whatever class name that I have given, same name I used to save the file. Sir, what is this class? What is this public and all? Forget about that. Remember only one thing. The program execution always starts from main. This is the beginning of the program. This is the ending of the program. Meanwhile, whatever instructions that you have given, it will execute. If you see system.out.println is there. So what is the purpose of this method? Which is used to print some message on the screen. Now I saved the file. Just I am trying to compile the program. See, we have to open the command prompt. Don't worry, sir. Just I'm trying to explain first program. Tomorrow I'm going to explain in detail about these steps. Sir, where I saved my program in C colon, there is one folder with name test. In that folder, I saved the file. Then, sir, there are two steps are there to execute Java program. The first step is compilation process. You have to compile the program. Second step is executing. Now see how I am compiling. Java C, I am taking Java C, then test.java. Like that, we have to compile. Sir, is there any error? No, that's why it written like this. How to execute Java space test? These commands and all I will explain later. You can see what message we got. Hello world. You can see that is the message what we have. Sir, I want to print a message called good evening. Whatever modifications that you want to do, you can do that. Sir, after that, what we have to do? Again, we have to compile the program. If there is no error, just it will execute. So whenever you are trying to modify the program, save those modifications, recompile it and re-execute. So you need to remember two commands. What is the first command? Java C. So Java C space test.java is the first command. What is the purpose of that? It will check, is there any syntactical mistakes are there in your program or not? What is the second command? Java space test. Just we are executing the program. By using these two commands only, we are going to run the total Java programs. Up to this, any questions?
No, sir.
Right. Now, I want to take the next data type, sir. What is the next data type? For that data type also, we have to list out these properties. So we have short data type is there. What about the properties for this short data type? And even we have to go for integer data type. What properties are there for integer? Similarly, we have to talk about long data type. What properties are there for this long data type? These things we have to investigate. Sir, coming to short, anyone tell me it belongs to which type, sir? What is the main category of this short?
Integer.
It belongs to which category? Integer, correct?
Yeah.
What is the keyword that we are using? Can I use a short? What is the size of byte, sir? How many bytes it is going to occupy? Byte. What is the size of byte? 1 byte. Correct? Just now we covered, right? So short is almost double this. That means what? 2 bytes. 2 bytes means how many bits? Anyone tell me? 16 bits. I request everyone to please unmute and speak. Only 1 or 2 people are responding. It's not good, sir. What about range? Sir, again we have to take that big diagram with 16 bits and we need to calculate. No, sir. Just how this value is calculated, I demonstrated. In Java, we have wrapper classes are there. If you want to calculate the range value for bytes, what is the wrapper class that we have? BYTE byte, B capital letter, dot min underscore value, which is going to return minimum value of the byte. Similarly, you can take max underscore value, which is going to return maximum value of the byte, like minus 128 plus 127. That one only we calculated. If you want to get for short, what we have to do, you need to take short dot min value and short dot max value. Now compile the code and execute. What is the output that we got? Minus 32,768 is the minimum value. Similarly, 32,767 is the maximum value. That is the range. Sir, how we calculated? Minus 32,768. Okay, is the minimum value. 2 plus 32,767 is the maximum. Sir, what is the default value? Anyone tell me what is the default value? 0, because it is also comes under integer category. The default value is 0. What is a wrapper class? Sir, short is the wrapper class. What about int data type? The data type is integer. The data type name, keyword name I am using int. Size is nothing but what? 4 bytes. 4 bytes means what? 32 bits. What about range? Sir, here we have to take wrapper class name. Please make sure the wrapper class name is not int. We have to take integer. We have to take integer. Sir, integer dot minimum value, integer dot maximum value. This is nothing but, sir, minimum value what we are getting, and this is nothing but the maximum value what we have. What is the default value? 0 is the default value what we have. 0 is the default value. Sir, what about the wrapper class name? Integer is the wrapper class. Are you clear with this? Any questions? Any questions? Right. Next, what about long? Sir, it is also integer category. The keyword name is nothing but long. How many bytes it is going to occupy? 8 bytes. What about the size? 64 bits. Sir, what about range? Again, we have to use long dot min value, long dot max value to get minimum and maximum values. Now, let us run this code. How much big values it is going to store, you can see. Have you observed? This much big value is nothing but minimum value, and maximum is nothing but this one. No need to by heart these numbers. And since it is also integer family, what is the default value? 0. If you are not giving any value, then what default value it is going to take? 0, sir. What is a wrapper class name? Sir, wrapper class name is long. Wrapper class name is nothing but what? Long. Like that we have. So these are nothing but 4 integer data types what we have. First one is what? Byte. Second one is short. Third one is int. Fourth one is long. Like that we have. Any questions, guys, up to this?
Clear.
Yes. Sir, any other data types are there like this? Do we have any other data types like this? Please confirm. Only 4 data types, huh? Please confirm, sir. So in integers, these are the 4 data types that we have. I don't know whether I am taking demo session or anything else. I request everyone to please speak. You are trying to learn Java, right? Then interaction must be required. If it is like that, then nothing. Just I can keep on explaining. You need to put some effort. So coming to the next one, we have real values are there. For these also, we have to list out these properties. So let me take next one. What is the next one? We have float data type is there. Now we have to discuss these properties related to float. Similarly, we have double data type is there. For double data type also, we have to talk about these properties. Then we have um, character data type is there. For character data type also, we have to talk about these properties. And at last we have Boolean. For Boolean data type also, we have to talk about these properties. Now let me see one by one. For floating point, it comes under what type of data? I told already, it is a real values, or I can say decimal points. Sir, what is the keyword name to represent float? Float only. How much size it is going to occupy? It will occupy 4 bytes, sir. 4 bytes in the sense how many bits? 32 bits. So what is the range? Sir, range again I want to calculate. What is the wrapper class name? Float, F capital. Now let us calculate what will be the values. You can see 1.4 e to the power minus 45. Sir, what is that e to the power? Don't worry, in the literals, I will explain how we are going to represent. So in floating point, if you are not giving any value, what default value it is going to take? Remember carefully, the default value is always, sir, 0.0. If we are not giving any value, it will always take the default value like 0.0. What is the wrapper class name? Float is the wrapper class name. Sir, what about a double data type? Sir, what is a data type name? It comes under either real values or decimal points. What about the keyword name? Double is the keyword name. What about the size? It will occupy 8 bytes. 8 bytes means what? How many bits? 64 bits. What is the range? Sir, we have to calculate. I am taking double dot minimum value and a double dot maximum value. Now you can see. So you can see still big values we got. 4.9 e to the power. So minus something like this 328, 324 to plus e to the power something like that. Since it is also floating point value, the default value is nothing but what? 0.0. What about a wrapper class? Double is the wrapper class. If you are not taking any type, then by default it is always a double. Like that we have. Sir, any questions up to this? Float and double, clear? Yes, sir. What about next one? Character. The character, it comes under characters. It comes under characters. The keyword name is a char. What about the size? It will occupy 2 bytes. 2 bytes means what? 16 bits. How many bytes it is going to occupy? Sir, 2 bytes, totally 16 bits. What about the range? Range is 0 to 65,535. Remember this. This is the range what we have. Okay, this is the range what we have. Sir, can't we execute by using this maximum value, minimum value? No, because for character, there is no max value, no min value. Why, sir? What is the problem? You know, the character is going to take negative numbers. No, right? It will take always positive numbers. So that's why it will be always from 0 to 65,535. Sir, how this value you got? So how much size it is occupying? 2 bytes. If you see Is there any data type which is going to take 2 bytes? Yes. Try to take that values 32,768, 32,767. Add these two. Why? Because the numbers which are there in the negative, it will comes to the positive side. 7 plus 7, 14, 1, 15. 6 plus 6, 12 plus 1, 13. 7 plus 7, 14 plus 1, 15. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 1, 5. So 6. Have you observed? 65,535. Correct? Like this we have. Sir, what is the default value? If you are not giving any value, empty character is nothing but what? Always default value. What is a wrapper class name? The wrapper class name is a character. Complete name we have to type. Sir, any question on this? Please confirm. Right, guys.
No question.
Now, what is the last one? Boolean. Sir, what is a data type name? Data type is name Boolean. Keyword is also Boolean, sir. What about size? How much size it is going to occupy? Very simple. It will take 2 bytes. Sorry. Size is not applicable. Size is not applicable for Boolean. Why? Because only 1 bit, true or false, right? That's why. Sir, range is also not applicable. But the allowed values, which values it is going to allow? Either true or false. It will allow only either true or false. Sir, what is the default value? Default value is always false. What is a wrapper class name? Character is the wrapper class name. Like that we have. So this is, sorry, Boolean, right? Boolean is the wrapper class name. Like that we have. This is nothing but what is meant by Boolean data type. So all the data types I covered with sizes and how much value it is going to occupy. Every property I covered. If you are having any questions, please let me know. Any questions are up to this? Is everything is clear?
Yes.
So I want to take as usual some note points, but before that, there are some signed and unsigned data types. Tell me anyone what is mean by signed data types, sir? Signed means what? Which will allow both positive and negative. Sir, unsigned means what? Which will allow only positive numbers. Sir, the only data types which will allow only positive is nothing but what? Sir, can I say character and Boolean? Correct, sir? All the remaining means what? Byte, short, int, long, float, double. These data types can have both the positive values as well as it can accommodate negative values. Both possibilities are there. So this is one point. Then second point, I'm talking about the default values. Sir, whenever you are seeing integers, what is the default value for that? 0, sir. Whenever you are talking about floating point values, the default value is 0.0. Whenever we are talking about the characters, the default value is a empty character. Whenever we are talking about a Boolean, so the empty value is nothing but false. These are nothing but default values. Similarly, we have default data types are there, which is very, very important. Sir, I have integers are there. In integers, we have different subdivisions are there. In my program, I have taken 10. Tell me 10 is which type of data? You can't say it is a byte. You can't say it is a short. You can't say it is an integer. You can't say it is a long integer. Why? Because in every data type, 10 is there, right? That's why among these four, which is the default data type? Int is the default data type, sir. Sir, in the real values, which is the default data type? Double is the default, not float, sir, double. In character, there is no subdivision, right? Only one. Sir, in Boolean also, there is no subdivision, right? That's why we have Boolean. Like that. So this is nothing but the story about data types what we have. Any questions up to this, friends? Please confirm. Any questions up to this? So this is about the session what we have today. Okay. With this, just data types alone I covered. So tomorrow we are going to have a small quiz on this data type. Just it is a practice. I won't consider marks and all. Just it is a kind of a practice, and you can check your knowledge where you are. Okay. And after quiz, I'm going to start introduction to the Java programming. Next, how to execute a simple Java program. These steps I'm going to cover in the tomorrow's session. Maybe not all the topics. So maybe up to how to prepare the Java program. That particular level I'm going to demonstrate. Okay. Sir, any questions? If you are having any questions, you can ask me. After that, we will continue in the tomorrow's class. Any questions that you are supposed to ask me? Feel free to ask. Nothing. So what about the timings of tomorrow's session? When tomorrow's session is going to start? Tell me. Yes, 6 or 6:05 like that I will start. And what is the topic that we are going to discuss in the tomorrow's class? Starting from the introduction, we are going to see. Okay. Yeah, first we will have a quiz after that. Right, guys? The people who are willing to continue, you can start making the payments. So already I shared the complete information in the chat window. So if you are having any questions, you can stay and you can ask. Remaining people, you can leave. Yeah. So I think there is no more queries. Thank you, guys. See you in the tomorrow's session. Bye.